You're listening to Austin Stories. This is some insane pro-revenge on a super entitled stepmom, step monster. Wait till you hear the end how she got her name. Also available on the Austin Stories podcast, link in the description. Let's get started. Step monster tried to hijack our baby shower, posted by Dr. Oogie Boogie 42. My fiancée Jane found out she was pregnant in June 2021, and we announced it to our immediate families in August. At first, Stepmonster was completely uninterested in our baby. Not that I expected much from the woman whose reaction to our pregnancy announcement was to ask Jane if she was sure it was mine. Even my dad berated her for that one, but she barely seemed to acknowledge the fact that we were expecting. Instead, she was more interested in my stepbrother, who was also engaged and would give her beautiful grandbaby soon. No complaints. We didn't want her involved, and we didn't even have to say anything. Planning our baby shower was complicated. Both me and Jane would have to work until the holidays, and I wanted to be involved. The due date was in February 2022, so we decided on early January as the best period of time. We enlisted 2 people as planners. My sister Laura, just realized I'd never given her a name, and Jane's best friend Nina. Me and Jane are mostly laid-back people. We didn't want a big party, nor did we want to spend too much money on it. We were saving for both our baby and the wedding. We decided early on that the shower would be co-ed. It would also have to be indoors, again, January, and we settled on a guest list of 25 people, plus about a dozen kids. We came up with the idea of a pizza party. Me, Jane, and Luke, which is my brother-in-law and surrogate son, have had homemade pizza nights weekly since I moved in, and we thought it would be fun to incorporate that into the shower. Nina found an event venue with a pizza oven, and Laura figured out ways to incorporate classic baby shower stuff into the theme. The resulting plans were awesome. Make your own pizzas, non-alcoholic drinks, and plain bodysuits for the kids to customize. Nina and Laura mixed pizza decor with baby decor and found pizza-shaped sweets. It almost seemed messy, but I was surprised that they made it work, but we loved it. Most of the planning was finished by the middle of November. Well, later that month, my stepbrother's fiancée left him for her ex. They'd been together for 4 years at that point, and it was both sudden and traumatizing for him. He was devastated. Stepmonster then realized the grandkids that she dreamed of would take longer to come than she thought. So, naturally, without her son's milestones to obsess over, she moved on to mine. Suddenly, Stepmonster went from aloof relative to excited grandma-to-be. Facebook post, tacky promoted to Nana shirts, the whole 9. At first, we were too busy finishing things up at work and getting ready for the holidays to worry about that. But it didn't take long for her to start pestering us about planning the baby shower as well as a gender reveal. We denied the possibility of a gender reveal party. No offense to those who like them, but well, we don't. Plus, we had decided to wait until birth to find out the sex. Stepmonster tried to get us to find out and tell her as a Christmas present, but we didn't. We also denied her the baby shower. She told my father, and he told Laura into letting Stepmonster help out with the plans. She was still living with him at the time, so she didn't have much of a choice. She called Nina and they met Stepmonster for coffee. Though I wasn't there for that meeting, Laura told me what happened later. Before they could even mention their plans, Stepmonster started talking about hers. According to Laura, she pulled a shockingly thick binder, complete with the words, "Oh baby," on the cover, colorful tabs, and pieces of fabric poking out from her bag and skipped to the shower section. It was short compared to the rest of the binder, but still long. And it was all to describe her one and only baby shower project. Laura sent me pictures and, oh boy, I'll give her this. It looked like the most Instagrammable baby shower ever. That being said, it was also barely functional and obviously expensive. There were balloons and oversized teddy bears, giant alphabet blocks, and cringeworthy signs everywhere. Stepmonster was going for pretty over-cozy with uncomfortable chairs and some fancy food ideas that didn't look edible. Most of them had soft cheeses, which Jane couldn't eat. The collar palette was just 3 different shades of pink with gold accents. We'd be fine with a pink baby shower if it at least tried to mix things up a little, but Stepmonster's pictures looked like Barbie had puked all over Hello Kitty's birthday party. When Nina tried to remind her that we didn't know the sex, Stepmonster said that she just knew it was a girl. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Stepmonster also wanted an all-female, child-free party with fancy caterers and alcohol. She had written down a guest suggestion list containing some of her closest friends, and neither mine nor Jane's moms were on it. And planned party games that nobody had any interest in trying out. Basically, the only thing everyone could agree on was to hold the party indoors. Laura and Nina weren't given an opportunity to show her their plans until she was done. Once they could, they explained that while they could find a way to incorporate some of Stepmonster's ideas, they'd already settled on the pizza theme. She tried to protest, but Laura stated that it was kind of them to even offer that, as the shower was a month away and we'd already greenlit their plans. Stepmonster even called me to try to get them to change their minds, but I just repeated their words. My dad had found out that he couldn't come to the shower, so he didn't get a say in anything anymore. The holidays came around, and the subject was dropped. Stepmonster seemed to be okay with the pizza party. Nina managed to pair some of the pink decor she'd wanted with matching blue stuff and even added one of the huge teddy bears. Fast forward to a week before the shower. Jane was almost 8 months pregnant. Everything had been bought, all the guests had RSVP'd, and pretty much anything was ready to go. The shower was set to start at 7 p.m. Stepmonster offered to get to the venue earlier to prepare everything, and well, Laura agreed, mostly because she knew that Stepmonster would complain if she didn't get to do anything, and the venue even let them drop off their decorations before the party. Me and Jane promised to get there at 6. 2 days before the shower, however, the venue called Nina. They told her that Stepmonster had dropped by to drop off large, heavy boxes of what she called a little surprise for us. She'd informed them that she planned on showing up at 3:30 p.m. to start setting it up. They were calling to reinforce that the venue was only booked past 4 p.m. since Stepmonster almost threw a tantrum when they told her that. All of the decor was still at Nina's place, so she called Laura to check if they'd left anything with Stepmonster. Thankfully, my sister is both smart and used to this crap, so she drove to the venue the next day and asked to see Stepmonster's boxes. She told me she wasn't even surprised at its contents when she opened them, but was still shocked at Stepmonster's audacity. All of the boxes were filled with pink, frilly decorations. Some of them seemed to be the exact same items that Stepmonster had initially shown Laura and Nina. The signs, the balloons, the placemats, everything. Laura realized that's why Stepmonster intended to get to the venue earlier, to set up the baby shower she'd planned and pretty much force us all to party and Barbie heck with her. She called Nina to figure out what to do. Neither of them could come at 4 p.m., so it was almost inevitable for Stepmonster to get her way. The most obvious solution they came up with was to throw everything away. But Laura had a better idea. That night, they called me and Jane. Hey, want to destroy a party in 2 hours? Laura got home and invited Stepmonster to go to a salon with her, lying about having coupons. She agreed, and they planned on going right after Stepmonster was done preparing the baby shower. At 4 p.m. the next day, Stepmonster got to the venue. She was done setting things up by 5, and I'll admit the woman is fast, and quickly left to meet Laura at the salon. Once they were together, Laura texted Nina that the coast was clear. At that, me, Jane, and Nina went to the venue. Sure enough, Stepmonster had prepared her party. To make this shorter, I won't describe it, but I will say it was so pink that it almost gave Jane nausea. For the next 2 hours, Laura distracted Stepmonster at the salon while the 3 of us quickly took down every piece of decor Stepmonster had put up and replaced it with the pizza party stuff. We set up the activities, made up the tables, and put every pink item we found back in Stepmonster's boxes. It was actually really fun. We were done only minutes before the shower started. A handful of guests arrived before Stepmonster did, so I barely saw her all night. Laura told me that when they got there, Stepmonster's jaw dropped as she tried to make sense of what had happened to all her pink decor. My sister smiled, whispered, "Nice try," in her ear, and went to help Luke customize a bodysuit. Overall, the baby shower was everything we'd hoped for. Our friends were there, people had fun, and we had a ton of pizza. So I didn't really care that Stepmonster spent the whole party literally sulking in the corner. Nina did catch her trying to put little pink bows on top of the cupcakes, but she quickly shut that down. I give Laura and Nina full credit for saving the day. Stepmonster's interest in our baby quickly died after that. She stopped wearing her Nana shirts, didn't come to see us at the hospital when he was born, and refused to even acknowledge that he was a boy up until she met him a few weeks later. Up until we went no contact, she was a very loose definition of the word grandmother. I couldn't be more grateful that my son will never know her. Now this is crazy, but this is where the name Stepmonster comes from. OP says, "It's due to an incident in which she abused my child while babysitting, which led me and my fiance to get a restraining order against her. Long story." It's the audacity of this Stepmonster lady to show no interest in her grandkid up until, oh, she gets her way, oh, I get to do what I want to do. Now you're showing interest. And then when you think and you go behind their backs planning to go on your plan, you think you got it all set up and everything looks great. Boom, they get back with pro-nuclear style revenge, destroy your party plans that should have never happened in the first place, and then you are shocked. You know what? I didn't even know about this restraining order till I read this edit, and that is insane to even give her that. I wouldn't even give her a second chance. That is just wild. But you know what? Narcissist. Thinks she gets her way, doesn't get it, throws a fit. Her way or the highway, right? Well, OP, you all did great with this. I'm sorry you're dealing with this, but holy crap, what a wild story. Entitled Karen Arrested and Tackled by Grandma? Click the video on your screen so you don't miss this crazy story, and I'll see you there.